Robert H.Jackson Center will be, starting this year, offering annually the Robert H.Jackson Center Award for Teaching Justice. This award was created to honor an educator who teaches the concept of justice in creative, inspiring ways, which may include teaching about civil liberties, human rights, international humanitarian law, the Holocaust, genocide studies, or local issues of justice. So this is the first year we're giving this award. I had the honor of being on the committee that helped choose the award winner, and we absolutely have a fabulous award winner this year. And I'd like to introduce his representatives of the Jackson Center, Drew Biter and Joe Carve, up to the mic, please.
Good morning, everyone. Along with my colleague Joe Carve, our president and former war crimes prosecutor Jim Johnson, and our founder Greg Peterson, we're thrilled to be here today for the inaugural Robert H. Jackson Award for Teaching Justice, given to Hood River Middle School social studies teacher Sarah Segal. For those of you who aren't acquainted with Jackson, his self-made ascent from small-town life to the corridors of power reflect the finer currents of our American history. After being appointed by President Franklin Roosevelt to the position of Solicitor General, then Attorney General, then as an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, he consistently ruled and stood for the right side of history. After FDR's death, Jackson became America's lead prosecutor of the Nazis at Nuremberg. While the Russians in English wanted the perpetrators hung, Jackson insisted that giving them a fair trial was not only the right thing to do, but would set a worldwide precedent that would deter future war criminals. Likewise, this Nuremberg moment was when the world first became aware of the crimes later that were known as the Holocaust. After returning to the Supreme Court in 1946, Jackson served 9 more years until dying suddenly in 1954, just a day after the Brown decision. Throughout his life, he not only exposed injustice, but also attempted to lay the framework to prevent it from happening again. It is that same spirit that Sarah Segal approaches her teaching, whether it was involving her students in learning about the historical prejudice against Asian Americans during World War II, the confiscation of native fishing rights and tribal lands, or the current issue of prejudice against immigrant agricultural workers in the region. She has consistently approached her work the way Jackson did, with courage, intelligence, and the far-sighted vision that individuals and their rights are important. Sarah, on behalf of the Jackson Center, our friends at the NCSS who made this award possible, congratulations to you, your family, your school district, and your colleagues. Your actions honor our profession and are a reminder that teachers are the torchbearers of civilization. Congratulations.
Good morning, fellow educators. I would like to begin by thanking the Robert H. Jackson Center in conjunction with NCSS for the Robert H. Jackson Teaching Justice National Award. And a very special thanks to the Awards Committee for choosing me. I would further like to thank the Oregon Council for the Social Studies and Gail Thiemann, past NCSS president, for the nomination. When I began researching Robert H. Jackson, I bought this wonderful book written at about a 6th grade level by Gail Jarrow called Robert H. Jackson, New Deal Lawyer, Supreme Court Justice, Nuremberg Prosecutor. Originally, I wanted to know more about Robert H. Jackson in order to honor the spirit of this award. But the more I learned about him, the more I began asking, what is justice to Robert H. Jackson? Robert H. Jackson believed in rule of law. He believed all people deserve the right to due process under the law and to be treated fairly. Procedural process is the essence of liberty. Civil liberties have their origins and must find their ultimate guarantee in the faith of the people. In my workshop today at 9 a.m., I will be sharing some strategies I use with my 6th grade students in Hood River, Oregon, to wrestle with justice. In my civil rights unit, we analyze photographs of student activism across the United States Through scrutinizing images such as First Day of Desegregation, many of my students connect significant historical and groundbreaking changes took place in classrooms just like theirs. In my immigration unit, we analyze primary source documents, including the Korematsu v. United States, and reconsider wrongdoings that happen even at the Supreme Court level. And in my Nazi propaganda unit, we analyze survivor testimony and discuss both victims and perpetrators in regards to rule of law. Students in my community of Hood River are highly concerned about sustainability and the health of people on the planet. This past winter, my constitutional law elective class brainstormed, researched, contacted local experts regarding regional issues of concern, mostly involving environmental justice, and then shared these concerns when U.S. Senator from Oregon, Ron Wyden, visited our classroom. Justice in my classroom is more than just a concept. It becomes a course of action through investigation. Without even knowing Robert H. Jackson, my students have taken to heart his belief in justice under law. Thank you again for this award.